All right, it's time for Cycle 2, Week 2, Visual Fine Arts. This week I'm focusing in on the science component, and the question is, what are some land biomes? And I'm gonna pull out of there deserts, and we're gonna draw some cactus. So these are all examples of using the mirror images or symmetry. This would be for the younger class. And again, you can use this for the older class. It does not matter, but sometimes we try to overshoot and we really want them to be successful in finishing and completing it. So it is fine to keep it simple. Then we can have a cactus with some arms on it. And then we could also use this overall is not symmetrical, but each individual pots here is. I would encourage you, remind them what the oils are, and then talk about mirror images and symmetry and where do we see that. A great example of a children's book that has that is going to be Madeline, and there's other books as well, but that one always sticks out to me, where the 12 little girls are all sitting at the table, they're walking out of the house, and so you can flip through things that they are used to already seeing and just see like, hey, look, there is symmetry all around us. Even when we look at flowers, when we look, cut the center of a tree and we see all the different rings, leaves, God, our creator, has had so much order and beauty, and sometimes we just don't know to stop and look at it. So bring in some things from nature for them to look at. Okay, so we will go step by step with this. This week, I just grabbed some computer paper. It's, I like cardstock as well. If you use computer paper, or just printer paper, get 2 sheets if you're using the black Sharpie. I love the black Sharpie. You could use a black oil pastel, a black crayon, something of the sorts. Okay, and remember, this is their art project, so I want you to try your hardest, and the moms and the dads that may be in the room, that they can stay behind their child, in the corner, wherever, but to really try to let the child do this by themselves. We can guide and direct, but let's see how they can do. All right, we're gonna use our fingers and our hand is just a measurement. So we're gonna come down here and let's maybe put 3 fingers down at the bottom, and we're gonna go all the way across. Now I'm gonna talk to you kind of like you're teaching and interject some teaching points along the way. So I would do it step by step with them, and even if they may be older, I just wouldn't assume. And I would say, we're all doing this. You are free to explore other plants or different things at home, but we're just gonna do this together. Okay, 3 fingers, and I'm gonna draw the line all the way across. Be mindful if you have a left-handed student, they may try to start drawing on that side, but they can just flip it around. Okay, and if you can, have a completed image in class so they know what they're working toward. Okay, and then we're going to draw our long, skinny cactus right here in the middle, okay? We don't want to put them too close to the top. We want to have enough room up here. And so what we're going to do is going to do an upside down U. I think, let's see. You know what? Let's just do it this way. I've done it both ways. I'm just changing it up. Let's put like 3 or 4 fingers, okay? And we're in the middle, and I'm going to do a dot here, and then I'm going to jump over and put another dot. Okay, so now I have 2 dots. It can be about in the center of the paper, but what we're trying to do is create enough space in between that we don't get this like really tiny cactus that they can't put any color or little spikes on. Okay, so now we're going to take these 2 lines and we're going to connect them with an arch, but we're not going to go all the way to the top. We're just going to do a nice fat rainbow or upside down U. So nice fat U. Okay, and now we're going to take these dots and we're going to connect them all the way to the bottom. Watch me, and then it's going to be your turn. And again, step by step, all the way down. It's not perfect, it's okay. All the way down. Great, now our cactus is in the dirt, but he doesn't look like a cactus yet. Let's keep going. So now we've got those straight lines, we've got those curved lines. We're going to do another straight line right down the middle, not touching the top, not touching the bottom, and then we're going to do to make it symmetrical, because we want it to be a mirror image the same on both sides, we're going to put another line. I'm going to make mine a little bit shorter, and then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, because it is a mirror image the same on both sides. Now, to bring this to life, we've got to put our little spikes on there. And I could be calling these things all the wrong names. I am no botanist. I have my degree in art and can make it look pretty, but maybe calling it the wrong thing. So I apologize. I'm here in my kitchen doing this. Okay, so let's put a spike. So it's just a line and a line. So we've got those angled lines. It's almost like the letter V. So I'm going to come over to this side. If I did it on the right, I'm going to do it on the left. Okay, I could do one on this side and then do one on that side. So you can talk about the symmetry and walking all the way down. So they've got to, and at this point, if they're younger, maybe y'all go through step by step and you put the little spikies in together. And if they're older, then maybe you let them do this on their own. And they can be single, they can be triple. There's not any rules to what they look like. At some point, you may just need to stop them and say, okay, that's enough spikes on your cactus. That looks great. Let's stop there. Maybe put a little triple there. Okay, now before I take my Sharpie up, I'm going to have them sign it in the bottom. And again, you could use just a pen or a pencil down here, because sometimes with a Sharpie, their name starts getting really big. Okay, then I love oil pastel. It gives great impact with color. Crayon works great, especially, I mean, you can almost read the same if you spend your time and really put some pressure in some areas to get the intense color. The sand down here would be a great place to use a crayon. You could take the wrapper off and do it like a crayon rubbing. You could even, like if you've got cement walls, like if you're in a church or a building that has that, you could go up cement walls and like rub just this part to get the sand texture on there. So this part, I'm okay if it looks just like a little rough, to help give the illusion of the sand. And I'll spend more time on the coloring. So there we go. Let me color this, and then I'm just going to do the drawing on the other side. So with the oil pastels, these are water-based oil pastels, or water soluble, and so they blend really well. Any pastel is great, but I love these. But they do, because they are water soluble, they can get on your hands, but they come off very easily. So I just go down those middle lines that we did, those three, and make those darker. And then you can take a lighter color and color around it, like so. All right, and then voila, there we have it. Okay, so if you want to do this one, similar instructions, I would suggest, like so, would be ground, and then you're gonna come up to the top, and we're going to do like our fingers right here, dot, dot, and let's do our U. This was my paper underneath, so it's got some extra dots on it, just bear with me. Okay, and then we're gonna come down. Let's use 2 fingers. Okay, we'll put a dot right here. We'll come down and we'll put another dot right there. Okay, now we're gonna come over and we're going to do another U. This is going to help give us our spacing to put the arm on here. So it doesn't have to be exact. So we've got our dot here, dot there, and we're gonna come over and we're going to maybe like leave a finger space, and we're just going to do U, leave another finger space over here, and do a U like so. Okay, So now we're going to connect these dots together. So I'm going to do a U and connect up. I'm going to do U and connect up. I'm going to leave a couple fingers place. I'm going to see my line that's coming here. I'm going to jump over and I'm going to draw this line down. I'm going to slide my finger over. I'm going to see where this line's coming down, jump over and slide my finger. Now I'm going to connect these two outside arms down here and down here. And then at this point, I would repeat the process, line, 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 one line for our arms, and then add the spiky things. And what you could do to either one of these is that you could add some flowers at the top if you wanted to do that as well. You could put a single flower, you could put flowers here, any of those. Okay, and now for our little pots. I think they're so cute. All right, so line going across, remember their name at some point. All right, for this, I did 2 fingers. 2 fingers, I'm gonna do a line, 2 fingers, line, 2 fingers, line, 2 fingers, line. You get the point, right? All right. And then instead of just a straight line, these are a little bit angled out. If they end up straight, that's fine. And then I'm gonna curve them just a little bit. Curved line, curved line. And they could be taller. Like you could have taller pots and shorter cactus. Like it's okay if theirs may look different. And then maybe you could print off, you could look at some clip arts of different cactus or some real images of different cactus to put out there. So we drew this one, we drew this one. This just has the little flowers. It's just some angled lines with curves, a round line, straight, curve, curve. And then for the big fat ones, just a big round circle with those lines. And if I've got my pokies here, I've got to put them on the other side. Then you can also do symmetry in your pots. So you could do stripes, horizontal, vertical. I did zigzags. They could do circles if you have. If you let them go, you know, with too much freedom, then they could get a little carried away. But just keep an eye on them. Okay, so those are my suggestions for week 2, cycle 2 for fine arts. I hope you found those helpful. Let me lay those back out for you to see. And where's the one with arms? I've lost them. Oh, that is the one with arms. This one. This is the one I was looking for. All right. So there you go. Ta-da! All right. Hope you'll have a great time with your students or your kids at home creating mirror image or symmetrical cactus for this week.